I'm going to show you today as a nutrition coach that I've been doing this for a very, very long time on how to lose the body fat, the belly fat, the oblique fat, the back fat, and get down, let's say, to 10% body fat. Not that you want to get there, but let's assume that we're at high percentages of body fat. We want to cut that high percentage in half and then cut that in half and get down to 10. What would I do? What have I done to get there? Quite a few times. And I stay between 10 and 15%. And right now I'm at 13%. And I got plenty of clients that are hovering just below 20 and they're breaking through the 15 barrier, right? And this is what I schedule. This is exactly, if I were to sit down with you, this is exactly what I would do when it comes to taking steps. Yes, I'm going to say walking again. But taking steps, that is what really got me, and taking step challenges. And I'm going to go over this, so please like this video, hit that like button, smash that like button, subscribe today. This is going to be a good one. This is going to be one that you're going to want to follow and just save and forward to people that you care about and love, because how simple walking can be and how hard it can get to certain step counts, right? I find it difficult for most people that I come in contact with for training and coaching to get to 10,000 steps a day. It can be difficult. So what I start everybody out with, if they don't have it, are one of these watches, a fitness watch. Now, I've tried all the watches. I'd say the top 5. Your Fitbit, your Apple, your Garmin, the Samsung, and there's one more in there that I tried that was a newer one, and I can't think of the name of it, but it doesn't matter. But getting one of these to have a barometer of where you're at with your step count. And every time I've given someone one of these as part of the program, and they just to see what the average step count was and monitored it, it was well below 5,000 every time. Some people were at 3,000, and I'm like, whoa, it's fairly low. Just to give you an idea, the average person in America, I've seen this quite a few times, where the average person in America walks 6,200 steps a day. Okay, 6,200 steps, which is, it could be a lot. Okay, that's the average. The average person in Europe walks over 12,500 steps a day. Because, just think about that. And in blue zones too, same thing. We are the least walkingest people because we drive cars, okay, but hear me out. So when I did it to myself, I was below 5,000 too. I thought I was going to be over. And every day that went by, I would just stop forcing the steps that I did initially. I'm like, I can't break into because I'm sitting. And so what was I going to do different, right? And I know this, and I know that walking burns calories. But when you walk forced steps and add on steps to your day, and you start to increase it to 10,000 or increase it to 12,000 a day, it can be difficult. But here we are. I'm going to show you how important it is to do that and make it part of your everyday routine, just every day, versus doing a ton of cardio. Cardio is great, should be a part. Never going to say that it should. Cardio should be built up to cardio. Okay, high intensity cardio, hit if you're into hit, whatever that is. For me, my cardio typically comes from playing basketball and tennis. I play a lot of basketball twice a week, sometimes 3, and tennis twice a week, and it can be brutal. I mean, I pile on some calories those days because but hear me. So, getting to a certain step count, finding out what that is. My journey goes like this. This happened a few years ago where I started taking challenge. I took a challenge. I built up to 10,000 steps a day by getting a watch, focusing on being more intentional with walking. Okay. And what I mean by that is I got up first thing in the morning and I would go on a 30 to 45 minute walk. If I was working, I would be talking on the phone or checking my emails as I was walking. If the weather wasn't, conducive, I would go to the gym and we'll get on a treadmill, do incline a little bit, start start looking at that. But I do that 30 to 45-minute walk, and that would be over almost half of my steps for the day. And then some of the other walks that I would take were before meals. I would take either before the meal or after the meal. And, I'm eating 4 meals a day, 2 small ones, 2 large ones. And I would be intentional about walking. I would walk and talk on the phone, which got me a lot of steps in, by the way, because I talk on the phone quite a bit. And I talk to clients on the phone, or I'm out at the gym live. And I start walking in between sets. And that pushed me way past 10,000 steps a day. And I averaged that. Now my average to maintain or to even burn fat is 12,500 steps a day. That is my goal that I set on my watch, and I meet or exceed that most days. Now, I did a couple challenges to break through my fit body fat. And the challenge went like this. It was with a group of people that were my clients, and I'm okay, let's do a challenge. And the challenge we set was 25,000 steps per day for 1 whole week. From Sunday to Sunday. 25,000 steps. Crazy, right? Think about that for a moment. That's a lot of steps. Now, because you have to be real intentional with it. You're taking a lot of larger walks, and you're barely sitting down. You're barely sitting. You're not watching TV. You're watching TV on the go. And that's what I was doing. I was watching and talking and doing everything I could on a treadmill during those times. And I was walking the neighborhood. I didn't win, but we bet $100 and a jug of protein, and I lost. I wasn't going to keep it anyway. I was going to give it away to the person who actually did win. But I really tried to get there, right? It's girl Erica won. And it's like she was average like 27,000 steps. I'm like, did she put this on her dog? And let the dog run around? No, it was. You could see you notice the difference in all of us. We all lost percentages of body fat, and being a caloric deficit that week, of course, still, and having higher amounts of protein. And I did 4 actual weightlifting sessions that week, and so did everybody else. So that walking with that intention, I lost a great deal amount of back fat. Lower back was like obliterated because I kept that going because it was easy to keep going. Not 25,000. I started doing 15,000 steps a day. Increased my calories a little bit to offset any kind of muscle burn or muscle loss. Upping the protein. Where I was eating about a gram and a half per pound of my body weight at that time. It's a high amount from different sources, though. It wasn't all just meat. I had everything, every kind of protein source incorporated in there that was high in amino acids. But just to give you that idea on how great walking can be to get to 10%. And I did. I shattered it. I got all the way down to 8%. I looked like a boxer. I was shredded. Now, I didn't want to stay there, but it was great to see what that not only felt like and looked like and what it took to get there and what it took to maintain. I did all the studies on my own myself with my clients and have all this data to show on how great just walking can be without doing a high amount of cardio. How low impact it is. Because if you're weight training and you're doing a lot of cardio, you got a higher chance of injuring yourself. It's so high impact on your joints and tendons and all that. Where walking is not. It's low concussive. It's very low, wear and tear on joints. So I make it a big part. And easy way to lose 20 pounds from your belly, back, and obliques, right? And because that's where mine comes off, and most of us, not all of us, but most of us, it comes off here first. Here it's like torture, and here might as well just be, you gotta be very, very precise to get to that point. And sometimes, not sometimes, but getting to those upper echelons of steps, that 15,000 will do it on a good, solid meal plan, not diet plan, but a meal prep plan, to where you're really honed in for that period of time, and then it's all about maintaining. My maintenance is here. This is what I do to maintain. My maintenance is here. I maintain 12,500 steps a day to maintain. I'm at 13% body fat. Okay, I stay right around there by utilizing it. And timing of food is important, and I talk about this in other videos on how important it is to time, time your carbs. Time your carbs. Don't let anybody say that you can't eat carbs. You can. Just keep the sugars low at times, right? Keep the sugars real low. Keep the sugars for things that you actually enjoy to eat, but not all the time. But keeping your carbs timed, where you're not eating them, of course, late at night before you go to bed, and then eating a ton of carbs right when you wake up first morning, because nothing good comes out of mixing insulin with cortisol. When your cortisol is that high in the morning, insulin mixed together, unless you're just a marathon runner or something like that. But if you're in the process of trying to lose that belly fat, just that 20 pounds, hit me up. Say 20, put 20 in the comments, and I will help you have a conversation. We'll have a conversation about me putting this together for you and being part of the system and the community on how to just utilize simple habits to get to a goal and maintain. Lose fat, keep muscle, build muscle, longevity. All at the same time. It can be done. Very, very simple, and become part of who you are. And until then, if you have any comments, comment below too as well. Thanks for the support. Talk to you soon.